Hey guys, my name is Alex Teasy. How you guys doing? And today's video will be about my 5 final hopes and predictions for Jedi Survivor. And so the way this is going to work is that I'm going to talk about 5 predictions I have for the game, and then I'm going to talk about 5 hopes I have for the game later in the video. And so let's waste no further ado and let's get started. And so my first prediction for Jedi Survivor is that the main villain, aka known as Bacto Tank Boy, will be from the High Republic. It's still yet confirmed, because from what I've seen online, on Twitter and on YouTube, no one has confirmed that this guy's from the High Republic. Only everyone's suggesting that he could be from the High Republic. So my prediction will be that he is from the High Republic. And so it is interesting to see a High Republic era character in, I would say, what we would call the modern canon of Star Wars, especially in this time period as well, which is really interesting. So I'd love to know more about his backstory and his character in the game. And I doubt that he will be from any other era of Star Wars. He will definitely likely be from the High Republic. Just from looking at his robes here, for example, we see that he just has this High Republic logo, which is associated with the High Republic era. So, moving on to my second prediction, and that we might be able to kill Ravis, the Gundai, in this game. Now, as we know, or some of you may not actually know about Gundai, this is actually the species of Ravis, is a Gundai. And a Gundai is basically indestructible. He cannot die. He's very indestructible. The only two things we know about the Gundai is that he can only be killed through either destroying the brain itself or by lighting him on fire, extinguishing him up into flames. And it will definitely be a challenge to take him out for sure, but I think this will likely happen at the end of the game, and this would be kind of cool to see, or even maybe mid through the game, because one of my hopes that will come up later is if the game is longer, then maybe this will happen a lot sooner, but we'll see. And another thing that could definitely happen is we could see the return of old characters, and specifically the Ninth Sister from the Lost game. Now, as we know, the Ninth Sister was defeated on Kashyyyk, not killed, but defeated on Kashyyyk. We know that Cal pushed her off the tree and somehow didn't come back, and even with her left or right hand cut off, she still fought Cal, and obviously she was defeated afterwards, but still, this could suggest that maybe she could return in this game. And I've heard some rumors out there that someone had claimed to saw her foot in a trailer somewhere, and I'm just like, that's just a little nitpicky mode right there. We'll see. We'll see if she does appear in the game. And my other prediction I have for this game is that we will see the return of the Zepho culture. Now, from the first game, the Zepho culture was very much a highlight of the game for me personally. And the whole aspect of, learning about the 3 sages and their tombs, and each of them were going down in the path of the dark side. Obviously, the first one being so humble and, good, and then the last one was just absolute pure evil. But I think what could be interesting is to see that culture come back. And I think the devs could definitely bring that back into Jedi Survivor. But I don't know, at this rate, we look like we're going all over the place. We're going to Kobo, we're going to Coruscant, so we'll see. And my final prediction for Jedi Fallen Order, no, this is Jedi Survivor I'm talking about here, in Jedi Survivor, is that we might see some time jumps. Now, something I actually recently remembered, and I was actually doing this I'll actually remember this while I was making a short that you might have seen on the channel recently, that the trailers for the first game, Jedi Fallen Order, had some footage in there that we never saw in the game. Now, maybe, and I say this with a big questionable maybe, but we could maybe suggest that the first trailer we got, some of those kind of shots might have not actually appeared in the game. Because, for example, the Bacta-Tank room. That room has changed 2 times now. First, obviously, not first, but the first time we saw the Bacta-Tank room was all messy and, covered in overgrown leaves and moss and all that. Looked like it was there for over 100 years. Makes sense if the guy's from the High Republic, clearly. But what we understand is that then we see Cal come back to this place with a beard, I may add, because in the last shot he had no beard, but in this shot he does have a beard. And so it questions me on if Cal may have come back here and if there will be time jumps throughout the game. I know the game does take place 5 years after Fallen Order, so you know that is a bit of a time difference, and maybe we'll be playing in between that. I don't know. I don't think so, but it'd be pretty interesting to say the least, and I hope they will definitely recap us on what's happened, because I don't think everyone's gonna be reading the tie-in novel Battle Scars. I haven't read it personally, and I don't think you have read it personally, so you know, it really hope that we'll get a recap. And so yeah, I think those are my 5 predictions for the game, and now let's move on to my 5 hopes for Jedi Survivor. Now, in Jedi Survivor, we know that there's a lot of customization, and obviously if you did see my short on customization on the channel, which is in the card right now, you actually can do a lot. So for example, you pretty much could do everything you could in the first game, but just even more. So like for example, we now have no longer ponchos just as an option. I know you could remove the poncho and then you could have like different colored versions of his outfit itself, but that was really it though. And you know, the idea that you can now actually you can make your lightsaber look very rusty or very squeaky clean, and that's something we have yet to see from the trailers or even from IGN at all. So this is something we'll just have to assume will look pretty good. And apparently this is something that's pretty incredible. I've heard on Twitter that there's a General Kenobi 2003 inspired look of Cal, not 2003, sorry, like the Clone Wars, you know, season 1, season 2, kind of Clone Wars Jedi armor kind of thing. Yeah, Cal's supposed to have one of those, which is insane. I love that. It would look amazing. I don't even know what it could look. I'm just putting a reference image of what the Jedi looked like in the earlier years of the Clone Wars, but just imagine putting Cal's face here and boom, that's what we're gonna get in Jedi Survivor, which is pretty incredible. And also, another thing I hope to see in Jedi Survivor is that as we know about the whole buddy system or companion system, I don't know. We just know that we have 2 characters at the moment from what we've seen in the trailers about how we can basically, you know, pair up with some other person, you know, either this being Marin or even our new character called Bo Dakuna, who's supposedly Cal's friend in this story. And basically, they're supposed to just like help you out in missions and stuff and fighting situations, and I think that'd be really cool, and I hope that can actually work pretty well. As obviously Jedi Survivor doesn't have co-op features, you can't play more than one person in the game. It's only you, my friend. It's a single player experience, so enjoy it with full atmosphere, you know. So yeah, I think another thing that I'd love to see in Jedi Survivor is cool planets. Now, we're already seeing Coruscant, bro. Coruscant was already a dream come true in itself. Coruscant has not been seen in video games since I think possibly even The Force Unleashed, I think. Or, the more famously, Battlefront 2005. So yeah, it's been a while since we've seen Coruscant in a video game. We've seen it more recently in live action, but seeing, for example, other planets like Zepho again, that would be really cool, but I don't want to have to go through all that map again like I did last time, and all of you did as well, because that map was ridiculously long to get across, honestly. And we could also maybe see Tython as well. We can go to these, you know, really ancient Jedi places. You know, we could even go to Malachor, perhaps, which that would be really insane to see in this game. And we also look like we're going to be on Jeddah from the trailer. It has this really red, dusty environment. Now, I hope this ain't Tatooine, because if this ain't Tatooine again, I swear we've had enough Tatooine, alright? Seriously. Enough Tatooine, man. We've seen enough. We've been there, done that. Can we go to another desert planet? Can we go to Pasana, for crying out loud? Can we go to Dantooine? Can we go to Jakku? Can we go to... Nobody want to go back to Jakku. But still. Oh, God. But yeah. That'll be also really cool to see in Jedi Survivor. And my other hope I'd love to see in Jedi Survivor is if the game will be at least 15 hours long. This is preferable for me because I've scheduled for 15 episodes, but if it goes on for more or you see more episodes, then there you go, enjoy. But that's what's on my schedule ting right now. But I think it'd be really cool to see that if the game could even be 20 hours plus in terms of actually completing the entire story. Because, like, to be honest with you guys, I'm going to love playing this game. I'm going to just absolutely have a blast playing this game. And I hope you guys are going to enjoy either watching my videos or playing the game for yourself. But, you know, that's another hope I have for this game, is that we're going to absolutely have a lot of time to just absolutely explore, just have a good time, and to just really immerse ourselves in Star Wars once again through our hands on the controller or via keyboard. So yeah. And finally, my final hope for Jedi Survivor, and I think this is pretty self-explanatory, and I've so far actually now seen some spoiler-free reviews of Jedi Survivor, and is that this game needs to be good. And the critics, the YouTubers, they've said it. The game is great. They're loving it. And you know what? I am actually getting real happy about that, because in itself, I don't want to actually watch any reviews on spoilers, or I've not even seen any of these reviews. I just know that they've said good things about the game so far, and that's a positive. But from what we understand, that this game should hopefully be and will be a very good game and have good character development and all that. And Cal's story in Star Wars gaming should be a very good one to remember, to say the least. And so, yeah, that's one thing I definitely hope to see in this game, is just me coming out at the end of the game and being like, bro, that was incredible. I want to play that again, but on myself, because I'm going to do it my own time thing, you know. But, guys, I hope you did enjoy this video. And if you are excited as much as I am to play Jedi Survivor on 28th of April. So guys, I hope you did enjoy this video. Feel free to leave a like and subscribe to the channel to be able to stay tuned to all the daily content that I'm going to put out for this game. So guys, don't forget to take it easy, and peace.